Okay, so let's unpack this deep dive for you.
Yeah, it's good.
We're jumping into a really fascinating conversation. Happened recently on the Ben and Marc Show podcast.
Oh, yeah, the one with Rick Rubin.
That's the one, the music legend Rick Rubin sitting down with Mark Andreessen and Ben Horowitz from A16s.
And Angie Mita and Eric Torenberg were there too, right?
Exactly. And the topic was, well, something pretty unexpected Rick Rubin's been working on. It's called The Way of Code.
Right, The Way of Code. And, what really grabbed me was the origin story they talked about.
Oh, yeah. Tell me more.
Well, it seems to be this idea that takes, super ancient philosophy, specifically the Tao Te Ching, 3,000 years old.
Wow, okay.
And somehow mixes it, weaves it together with modern AI concepts and software development stuff.
And that leads to, what was it they called it?
Vibe coding. That was the term.
Vibe coding. Okay, that sounds, well, it sounds pretty out there, doesn't it?
It really does. And apparently it literally started as just a viral tweet.
No way, a tweet.
Yeah. But the conversation showed how it really grew from there. Became something much bigger.
So more than just a catchy phrase then?
Definitely. They described it as a kind of creative manifesto.
A manifesto. Interesting. So a book.
Less like a traditional book, apparently. More like, well, the source said part book, part actual tool.
The tool?
Yeah, and get this part, spiritual operating system. For creativity, I guess.
Huh. Spiritual operating system. That's quite a phrase.
It is. And based on their chat, it doesn't sound like they meant technical code, like programming.
Right. Not like Python or Java.
Exactly.
Right.
More like the underlying principles, the mindset behind creative work.
Okay, I think I get it. Especially when you're using these powerful new tools like AI.
Precisely. It seems to be about bringing intuition, maybe that sense of flow, perhaps inspired by those old texts into the world of building software or creating digital stuff, which can often feel very rigid.
It does make you wonder, though.
Yeah.
How does a music guy like Rick Rubin get so deep into AI and coding philosophy?
Good question. The podcast did touch on how he got linked with this vibe coding idea.
And the whole process behind the way of code.
Yeah. They mentioned it was incredibly fast, like a rapid creative process.
So not some long, drawn-out academic thing.
Doesn't sound like it. More like something that just emerged quickly, intuitively.
And they talked about creativity in general, too, right, in this digital age?
Oh, yeah. They spent a good chunk of time on that. A really key takeaway, I thought, was this idea that AI, well, it feels revolutionary.
It does, yeah.
But maybe we can just see it as the next artistic tool, just another one in a long line.
Right. Okay, it's not replacing us. It's joining the ranks of, I don't know, the paintbrush, the camera, the synthesizer.
Exactly. Tools artists have always picked up and figured out how to use. The focus, in their view, stays on the artist's vision, your intent.
And AI is just this incredibly powerful way to, explore that vision or make it happen.
Precisely. And if you zoom out a bit, this connects to bigger themes people are talking about now. Well, things like remix culture, building on what's already out there.
Sure, that's huge online.
And just the nature of creativity itself. They even touched on ideas, sort of like the collective unconscious.
Interesting. Ideas are just floating around for anyone to grab.
Something like that, yeah.
Yeah.
How inspiration might feel kind of shared or universal sometimes.
You know what really stuck out to me were the examples they used made it feel more concrete.
Yeah.
It wasn't just abstract tech talk. They brought in the energy of punk rock.
Oh, right. And Johnny Cash's acoustic sessions, that raw stripped down stuff.
Exactly.
Yeah.
It really shows how these core ideas, finding your truth, staying authentic, apply everywhere, not just tech.
That's a great point. It cuts across different art forms.
So connecting all these different threads, what was the main message?
I think a really fundamental point they kept hitting was how essential it is for creators, founders, artists, anyone making something new to stay profoundly true to themselves, to their own unique perspective.
Even when using super complex tools like AI.
Especially then, it seemed. That authentic core, what you bring, that's crucial, according to them.
Okay. So let's wrap this up. What does all this mean for you, the listener?
Well, think about it. We're in this age where AI is fast becoming just another creative tool.
Right, another instrument in the box.
And we've got these ideas swirling around remixing, maybe shared ideas. it poses a pretty big question, I think.
Which is?
How truly essential is it for you, whether you're building a company, making art, writing, whatever?
Yeah.
How essential is it to really tap into and stay uniquely true to your own inner voice, your perspective?
It's a deep question, especially when you put Rick Rubin, the Tao-Te-Ching, AI, punk, and Johnny Cash all in the same thought bubble.
It really makes you think, doesn't it, about the unexpected ways ancient wisdom and, future tech might actually come together in your own creative work.
Definitely something to chew on.